He's one of horror's most iconic killers, a silent juggernaut in a hockey mask, a name whispered around every campfire, Jason Voorhees. But behind that mask lies one of the strangest, bloodiest and most chaotic sagas in movie history. From lawsuits and lost footage to outrageous kills, psychic duels and even space missions, the Friday the 13th franchise is filled with stories as strange as the films themselves. This is 40 weird things about the Friday the 13th movies. 1. Jason wasn't the original killer. In the original Friday the 13th, 1980, the killer wasn't Jason, it was his mother, Pamela Voorhees, played by Betsy Palmer. Jason only appeared in a dream sequence at the end. Pamela's vendetta came from grief over Jason's drowning, and the film's shocking ending was inspired by Carrie. 2. The title came before the script producer Sean S. Cunningham came up with the title Friday the 13th before there was a story. He ran an ad in Variety promoting it as the most terrifying film ever made, with no script, cast, or plot, just to test the title's power. 3. It was a rip-off of Halloween. Cunningham openly admitted that he was copying Halloween's formula. He wanted the POV shots, isolated teenagers, and suspense, but added more graphic gore to differentiate the films. 4. The real villain was the editor Bill Frieda's cuts of violent scenes inadvertently shaped the film's pace and intensity. Removing certain shots made the kills feel faster, sharper, and even more shocking. 5. The key ma sound has a secret origin. Composer Harry Manfredini sampled Betsy Palmer's line, "Kill her, mommy," whispered Kai and Ma, and distorted it through an echoplex to create the iconic sound that would follow Jason through every sequel. 6. Kevin Bacon's famous death. Kevin Bacon, who played Jack, had one of horror's most memorable deaths. The arrow through the neck scene used a fake torso and a blood tube that nearly malfunctioned, causing him to choke on the fake blood. The shot was kept in the final cut. 7. Jason's ever-changing face. Jason's unmasked face changes drastically in every film. Some versions are rotting and zombie-like, others more human. There was no continuity plan. Each makeup team redesigned him independently. 8. The sack mask was inspired by another film. In Part 2, Jason wears a burlap sack with one eye hole, inspired by the 1976 film, The Town That Dreaded Sundown. This gave him a haunting, primitive look before the hockey mask era. 9. The hockey mask was pure luck. During Part 3, the effects team grabbed a hockey mask for a camera test. It fit Jason perfectly, and that accidental prop became his iconic look for decades. 10. The same studio, Made My Little Pony Paramount Pictures, funded both Friday the 13th and My Little Pony. The same studio producing a children's franchise also supported machete-filled carnage. 11. Part 3's 3D effects were a nightmare. Shooting in 3D was cumbersome, cameras frequently jammed, actors had to hold awkward poses, and props were forced toward the camera for effect. Despite the chaos, the film grossed over $36 million. 12. The final chapter was never meant to be. Final Part 4. The final chapter marketed Jason's death as permanent. But after massive box office success, Paramount immediately greenlit Part 5, proving Jason never truly dies. 13. Corey Feldman's brutal finale. In the final chapter, Tommy Jarvis, played by a 12-year-old Corey Feldman, defeats Jason by shaving his head to resemble him and hacking him with a machete, a shocking moment that blurs innocence with horror. 14. Part 5's fake Jason outraged fans. Friday the 13th, A New Beginning introduced a copycat killer, not Jason. Fans were furious at the blue-masked imposter, which remains one of the most controversial twists in franchise history. 15. Lightning turned Jason into a zombie. In Part 6, Jason lives. Jason is resurrected by lightning after being accidentally reanimated by Tommy Jarvis. From then on, Jason is undead, unstoppable, and supernatural. 16. The James Bond-style opening. Part 6 opens with Jason walking across the screen like James Bond, then slashing the camera. This self-aware, campy introduction was a tonal shift, blending horror with parody. 17. Jason vs. Carrie. Almost the New Blood was originally pitched as Jason vs. Carrie. Unable to get rights to Carrie, the filmmakers created Tina, a telekinetic girl, who battles Jason with psychic powers, one of the franchise's most inventive sequels. 18. Kane Hodder. The ultimate Jason. Kane Hodder played Jason in parts 7 through 10, bringing weight, emotion, and deliberate physicality to the character. His portrayal is widely considered the definitive Jason. 19. Jason Takes Manhattan. Barely goes to Manhattan. Despite the title, most of Jason Takes Manhattan occurs on a cruise ship. Only the last 20 minutes are in New York, filmed in Vancouver due to budget constraints. 20. Real New Yorkers ignored Jason. During filming in Times Square, Kane Hodder wore the full costume. Locals barely reacted, showing how desensitized New Yorkers are to bizarre happenings. 21. Jason was supposed to go to hell sooner. Early drafts of The New Blood had Jason dragged into hell by demons. Budget limitations forced the filmmakers to scrap the idea, which would later appear in Jason Goes to Hell. 22. Jason Goes to Hell literally blows him up. The film begins with Jason ambushed and blown to pieces by the SWAT team. His demonic heart survives and possesses new hosts, a controversial and confusing storyline for fans. 23. Freddy's Glove Teaser. The film ends with Freddy Krueger's clawed glove emerging to drag Jason's mask into hell, teasing the long-awaited crossover that wouldn't happen for years. 24. The crossover took 15 years. Freddy vs. Jason endured 15 years of rewrites, legal disputes, and development issues. 17 scripts were written, exploring different outcomes: Freddy winning, Jason winning, or teaming up in hell. 25. Fans chose the ending test. Audiences voted for Jason to win, leading to a final shot of him walking away with Freddy's decapitated head, winking at the camera. 26. Freddy vs. Jason vs. Pinhead. Was almost real. One draft included Pinhead from Hellraiser pulling Freddy and Jason into hell. Licensing issues prevented it, but it remains one of the most bizarre what-if stories in horror. 27. Jason X. Happened because of legal delays. When Freddy vs. Jason stalled, New Line made Jason X cryogenically frozen. Jason awakens in the 25th century, eventually becoming a cyborg, the most outrageous installment yet. 28. The iconic liquid nitrogen kill. In Jason X, Jason freezes a scientist's face in liquid nitrogen and smashes it to shards, a moment ranked among the franchise's best kills. 29. Jason X. Set was shared with Star Trek. Some spaceship sets were borrowed from Star Trek, Voyager, saving money and giving the film a futuristic sci-fi aesthetic. 30. Jason X sat on a shelf for 2 years. Filmed in 2000, the film wasn't released until 2002 due to marketing confusion over Jason in Space. 31. Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash was blocked. Sam Raimi refused to include Ash Williams in the crossover, fearing it would interfere with Evil Dead canon. The story was later adapted into a comic series. 32. The 2009 reboot combined 3 films. The remake merged elements from parts 1-3, including Mrs. Voorhees' death, Jason's sack mask, and the hockey mask, streamlining the story for modern audiences. 33. The smartest Jason yet. The reboot Jason sets traps, uses underground tunnels, and displays intelligence beyond previous versions, more hunter than zombie. 34. A found footage sequel. Never happened. Plans for a found-footage Jason film mimicking paranormal activity were scrapped because fans didn't want a POV-style Jason film. 35. Legal battles. Frozen the franchise, Victor Miller and Sean Cunningham fought over character and sequel rights, halting new films for nearly a decade. 36. The new prequel series A24 and Peacock are producing Crystal Lake, exploring Pamela Voorhees' backstory and Jason's early life in depth. 37. Camp Crystal Lake is real camp. Nobi Bosco in New Jersey still exists and offers tours where fans can visit the original locations and relive scenes from the films. 38. Jason's mask has been to space and hell. From New Jersey to outer space and back to hell in the films, Jason's mask has become one of the most traveled props in cinema history. 39. There are dozens of fake scripts. Many unproduced scripts exist: Jason at the Winter Olympics, Jason in the White House, even Jason clones. They were all deemed too ridiculous for production. 40. The franchise never truly dies. Despite reboots, crossovers, and legal battles, Jason Voorhees always returns. As fans know, you can't kill a legend born on Friday the 13th. Jason's story isn't just about death, it's about survival, myth, and the strange power of a hockey mask. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, or Jason might just find you next Friday the 13th.